Do you feel any shame or any embarrassment to revealing to people that you are deep in the wrestling bubble?
Not anymore. I've gone past that. I'm 62 years old. I'm never going to grow up now.
All right, welcome everybody to the Glenn Abbott Memorial Rumble. I am your host, Brent Piles, and if I am here, then of course, the M to the A to the Y to the O to the R, the Mayor of Canton is here with me. Mayor, how are your socks doing right now, pal?
Man, my socks are wet, but so is my cup. So I'll take the combination of the two. And went to this place for the first time ever today. Pretty cool. Costco. The C to the O to the S to the C to the O.
You'd never been to Costco before today?
No. I didn't even know they existed.
Well, you didn't know Costco existed.
I've heard the name, but I really didn't know what it was.
I'm kind of dumbfounded by that, to be honest with you. A little bit.
I've just never been to one. Do you guys have Costco over there, Dan?
I was going to say, this is a great time to bring in our special guest. Dan Griffin is here with us. Dan, you got Costco over there across the pond?
Yeah, we've got it. I've never been in one, but I've been aware of its existence. That's where you can buy like 30-inch pizzas and 12 packs of pianos and shit, right?
Yeah, you get like a 6-pound drum of mayonnaise. Yeah.
Yeah, the lady that was signing me up for the membership today, her employee tag said member since 2012. And I go, 2012? You guys have been open that long?
The mayor's like, I thought you just built this thing.
I've never even noticed this gigantic monstrosity of a building.
That's funny. Have you heard of Sam's Club?
Yeah, I've heard of them. I've been in a Sam's Club one time.
Okay.
And that was it. I don't know. I just don't get out much.
Oh, it's not the fact you haven't been in one, because I haven't been into a Costco either. We just got one a few years ago, but I live in Nebraska on a farm. If you didn't know, I don't live on a farm, not really, but that's what everybody thinks. So I always go with it. But the fact that you said you never heard of it was the part that shocked me. I mean, I've heard of Costco.
I've heard the name, and I know that there was some guys called the Costco guys or boys or something, and they had the one kid that goes kaboom or kapow or something.
Yeah.
And I think his dad wrestled for AEW to tie this thing.
Really?
Yeah, he did. Big Boom AJ or something like that.
That's it. I'm not one of the kids is Big Boom or the dad's Big Boom. I don't know.
I don't know. There's a dude and there's a.
Did Dan freeze? I think he did.
Thinking very.
Either froze
he's
or
deep in thought on this. There he goes.
There he goes. Now you're back. Sorry, we lost you there for a second.
Yeah, it's fine. I tried to make a joke and my internet rightly cut me out.
Only if HR had that ability.
No, that joke's not good. You can't use it.
Stop right there.
Stop right there. Yeah, so we're gonna get into the Rumble here with our little drinking game that we're gonna get into. But I wanted to kind of do like a DDT, not DDT, but a UTT throwback here and start it out with Dan. What are you drinking?
Oh well, as the token Brit on the Glenn Abbott Memorial Rumble podcast, which it's an honor to be invited, by the way. I had to, in honor of our friend, bring in the San Miguel. I've got pint cans of San Miguel lined up. Because it just felt right, to be honest. I know you guys can't get it over there, so someone had to represent.
Yeah, I tried very hard to find the San Miguel beer, but I couldn't find it anywhere. And my job is literally stocking alcohol. So if I can't find it, nobody can. Mayor of Canton, what about you? What are you drinking today?
Well, I mean, I've got a couple of these bullets lined up down the side here, but I was saving this one for the Rumble because it's the WWE spiked, what is it, punch here? I don't know, 10%, not too bad for a tall can.
That sounds not bad. I've got a raspberry rocket pop cork, which is they used to always say the percentage of alcohol on UTT, which this is sad in their terms. It's only 4.3% alcohol.
Hey, mine's all right, 10% here though. These are maybe 4%. What's yours, Dan?
Just 5. Being sensible. I don't really do the strong beers anymore. It takes its toll after a while.
Yeah, the older you get, the tougher that becomes, and it's harder to bounce back from. I do say usually. Before we get into the Rumble, though, we did want to play some messages that we got from some friends of ours and friends of Glenn's that just wanted to say some things and memory of Glenn. And the first one I'm going to play is from Dan's co-host. I think I got it on here. Hold on.
Hi, this is
from Dan's co-host of the UTT podcast, Rob, UTTRob. So that's the first one I'm going to play for us here. So here we go.
Rob from the Unbuckling the Territory podcast. Just wanted to say a few words for Glenn. I'm sure many people say it more eloquently than I can, but he will be massively missed. He was a big part of the internet wrestling community. He was a big part of the podcasting space. Obviously, we shared passions in football and wrestling, and any chance you got to talk to him about those passions or pop culture or music was an absolute pleasure. And I always felt that he gave a different view than you normally get. If whether we had him on the podcast, lucky enough to be a guest on his podcasts, or to hear him on the shows that it was on, obviously latterly with the Work in Progress podcast. You always got something new. He had a different perspective, obviously being from a different generation. Obviously, we both shared massive passions for World of Sport wrestling, which he'd been involved with and trained with some of the wrestlers and all that sort of stuff. But to hear those war stories was fantastic and something I'd never get tired of. And like I say, it's a massive miss. Obviously, Work in Progress podcast will be carrying his legacy on going forward, but he gone but not forgotten. Obviously he'd been unwell for quite some time, so he's been released from that. But it's difficult to find the words to say, but truly missed.
Very well said. Thank you for sending in that one. I think kind of like the thing that you get from anybody that you talk to, Glenn, is always supportive, always just there for you no matter what. And I think you get that from anybody who knew him. I never met anybody that had anything bad to say about Glenn that knew him. Not one person. And there's not many people in the world that I can say that about. So
yeah, that's very true. And the great thing about Glenn was he knew when to be sort of, the caring and supportive and quiet. And he also knew when to tell you that you needed a kick in the ass, to be quite frank. And when you needed that moment to just say, my granddad had a saying, stick your hand up your ass and pull yourself together. And Glenn just knew when to do that and when not to. He had that second nature that was just one of the things that made him such a great person.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely right. Definitely. So I got another one from our buddy, Mr. Thomas Brice over at Sportswire Radio. He sent in a video and did a little nice presentation for Glenn. So we'll have a look at that one now.
I could for a minute be allowed to share my screen shortly because there's somebody that I need to plug that was very important to my platform and to many people that were close to my show. And that is somebody that really was a man that was a big supporter of mine. And unfortunately, I had found out the news that he had passed away last month. As a matter of fact, on December the 18th, he had passed away from a brain cancer, and he was a big supporter of mine, somebody that shared many of my British wrestling shows, and I had the pleasure to do a podcast with him not too long ago, and that's by the name of Glenn Abbott. Glenn Abbott was one of the hosts of A Work in Progress, which was a wrestling show played on my internet radio station, and Glenn Abbott was somebody that was a man that really loved the sport of wrestling, and he was somebody that gave his life in the UK to the British wrestling scene. And unfortunately, he got very ill and had passed away from brain cancer. And I had just found out the news recently of it. And there's actually a memorial show that's being done tomorrow. And I wanted to give this to the work in progress guys, the Mayor of Canton and Piles, who have been played on my internet radio station for the past 4.5 years. And I wanted to formally induct Glenn into my Hall of Fame. And, definitely I'm thinking of his family right now. And he was a man that really was somebody that really loved this sport and just was somebody that when I think about wrestling, that was his passion. And he definitely was one of the reasons why Sportswire Radio became what it was. And I want to just give this, and hopefully this will be a sign that he is remembered to his family and obviously to everybody at the Work in Progress show. I want them to have this. We'll give them the clip so they can directly have it. But we wanted to induct Glenn Abbott individually into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame and thank him for everything that he's done for our sport. Thank him for everything that he's done for Sportswire Radio and praying for his family. And he was a man that certainly was very opinionated. He had a lot of humor when it came to wrestling. And I had the fortune to share a podcast with him. And he did many on Sportswire Radio and also was somebody that knew the British wrestling scene, which I covered for many years, the likes of the Natural Born Fighter, R.P. Davis, and the likes of the Cumbrian Outlaw, Rick Marcus, and just many others that earlier on this platform were big instrumental figures and become, great people and on and off the air. And Glenn, we're thinking of you. We're praying for your family. Want to thank Piles and the Mayor of Canton for this opportunity, letting us know about this memorial. Yes, thank you. Sending our prayers and condolences to Glenn Abbott. Glenn was a good man and gone way too soon, just way too soon. And this young man, and unfortunately, we never got a chance to say goodbye and didn't get a chance to talk with him. It's funny, I messaged him on X like 6 months ago saying, "How were you?" and anything else, and we didn't realize he had got brain cancer and unfortunately was, never got out, and we never got a chance to say goodbye. So please hug your loved ones. Please tell your family and friends you love them. And forget about anybody else that doesn't like you, or don't focus on the negativities, because this guy never got a chance to say goodbye to his family and friends. And I'm actually really, devastated about it. And I just heard out the news very, very recently in the last few days about it. So we just wanted to do this, and we'll give the video, the link, the tribute to Piles and the Mayor of Canton. They'll play it on the Glenn Abbott Memorial Show, which will air on the Work in Progress YouTube channel. Please hit the sub button for them. I would really appreciate that. The guys have been very instrumental in Sportswire Radio's success. And like I said, please hug your loved ones. Tell them you love them. And life is too short. And I can't stress enough the importance of that. And just, take every day and make the most of it. Don't say no to something. Don't say no, because you never know if you may never get that opportunity again. That's why you need to please support the Work in Progress show. Check them out on YouTube and watch some of their content, especially Glenn's memorial. And just want to thank everybody for allowing us to share the footage here of that. So please support the Work in Progress show.
So we thank Tom, and we appreciate him putting Glenn in the Sportswire Hall of Fame, which is pretty prestigious. We're in it, so how could it not be, right?
Yeah, exactly. I hope you don't mind, Brent. I'm going to cut in. I've got a message from Andy Hall from Bang Bang Podcast.
Absolutely.
I just read the first line. I'm sending this late as I'm always disorganized, which is classic Andy. And in parentheses, he just put, I can hear Glenn laughing at me now, rushing to get this on time like a rush to edit Bang Bang for Monday mornings. What can I say about Glenn that you guys wouldn't have already covered? A true scholar and a gentleman, whose incredible knowledge about wrestling and music knew no bounds. But more importantly than that, he was a great bloke and a top friend. I was looking back at the period when my dad passed away in 2020, and the pod was in its early days. Glenn, who I hadn't even spoken to before, got in touch to check I was okay and said he'd always be around for a chat if needed. He was always a brilliant guest on the pod in the following years, and he himself provided hours and hours of brilliant content with yourself and the rest of the gang. Glenn will be sadly missed and will forever be a part of the Bang Bang family. I almost want Arsenal to win the league this year just for Glenn. Almost. Cheers all, Andy from Bang Bang Podcast. I love the little dig at Arsenal at the end.
That was nice of him. Yeah, I appreciate that a lot.
That was just for you guys, just for Glenn. And Glenn would have taken that in great stride. He would have quit back with something, no doubt. And just told Andy he's a bell end or something. But yeah, lovely message from Andy. And yeah, he was one of the people who was in touch with Glenn's family as well. Whenever possible. Definitely felt the loss of it. I think it's actually through Bang Bang that I got to know Glenn, and therefore found you guys, and the rest is history, as they say. So yeah, it's all been part of this. Glenn's been an integral part of this actual nice little corner of the internet that we seem to populate, and yeah, it's. It's the ultimate version of making chicken salad out of chicken shit, because the internet's terrible, but Glenn and you guys are awesome, and I'll forever be thankful for that.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many people that probably wouldn't know each other or wouldn't have ever interacted with each other if it weren't for Glenn. So, I talk about this with you guys. Like, we've all lost people that maybe there weren't, recordings of, and we'll never hear their voices again. But we have hours of Glenn's voice that we can go back and listen to at any moment, at any time. So that's nice. And Andy talked about Arsenal at the end there. And I was never like massively into the Premier League at all, but I got into it because Glenn was into it. And now, God, I just, when they play, I feel like he's with me. So that's also great because it's something that I love that he loved too. So I'll always carry him with me for that. And like, I'll always miss him, but I'm going to miss him the most right before kickoff. I'll always miss him the most. Sorry.
No, it's fine, man. It'll be right behind you yelling. It'll be right behind you yelling shit like when somebody does something dumb, like when Odegaard misplaces a pass, or on that rare occasion, or Raya spills one, or some dumb shit.
But you can't score a goal against Nottingham Forest when City just dropped points to United. Damn it.
Classic Arsenal. Classic Arsenal. But I can't say anything as a Liverpool fan because we drew 1-1 with Burnley. So,
well, at least you've won the league in the last goddamn.
Hey, we had a 30-year drought. All right, there was a 30-year drought. You guys are what, 22? Yeah. Come back in 8 years. In 8 years. You don't know suffering yet.
That's true. I certainly don't, because ever since I've been watching, they've been good. So.
Yeah, well, I think ever since Glenn has brought me over as a fan, they've finished at least in the top 4 every single year.
They finished second
every single year. Yeah. I was trying to rack my brain. I couldn't remember them past second, but it felt like it was in that range.
Yeah, no, second every single year. Yeah. Hopefully,
and again this year, probably.
Probably, especially with shit like that. Yeah. Thank you.
Did they finish? Was it still 0-0?
Yes, it finished at fucking 0-0.
Oh, Jesus.
If I had enough,
I was in Costco and I was trying to watch the score and shop at the same time.
This is all that goddamn Costco's fault.
God damn it, Costco.
If I had enough hair to pull, I'd have pulled it out.
There's 2 O's in Costco, and that was the final score.
Yeah. And I just got one more message here that DC Matthews sent me. DC from the DDT Wrestling pod, which Glenn was a massive part of that. I think they said that he was one of their first listeners, and he was one of our first listeners too. Glenn had listened to this show since like 2017 when it was not good. He even told me that it was good, so it was nice of him to think so. And he was literally involved in every single show up until he got sick. So that's crazy to think. But he says Glenn was the bestest of all of us. Loyal to a fault, passionate about his passions, and kind to everyone who wanted to learn more about them, be it football, flesh mongering, or the sport of pro wrestling. There's no DC Matthews, no Pope of Positivity, and no DDT Wrestling without Armbar Abbott. His presence will leave a hole in the world of wrestling and in all our hearts. We love you, Glenn.
Well said.
I would play a little funny clip so that we can laugh.
Okay, next one. Trumpton.
It's false.
It is false, yeah.
Hey, all right.
It's a place. It is a place for a kids' TV program back in the day.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it Gullah Gullah Island? The Teletubbies, perhaps?
No, they had a fire crew called Pew Pew Barney McGrew, Cufflet, Dibble and Grub.
There's no way that's real.
You look it up on YouTube.
I can't type it. I don't know how to look it up. I don't know what the fuck you said.
I'm not believing any of the words that are coming out of Glenn's mouth.
I got Pew Pew.
Pew Pew, Barney McGrew, Cufflet, Dibble and Grub.
Sure.
They were the firemen at Thompson.
Dan, do you know anything about that?
I've heard the names. I couldn't tell you where it's from. I think that's a little before my time. But yeah, Pew Pew Barney McGrew is like just somewhere in there. Oh God, we're not a serious country.
Yeah, so we did this thing when he was doing Piece of Business podcast with Jeremy, me and the mayor, and we did a Brit quiz where he quizzed us on it was like a cricket lingo, and then it was like towns to see if they were made up or real, and then there were some other categories too, and it was probably one of the funnest times I've ever had in my life. So you can still listen to it now too if you just search the Piece of Business podcast. You search Piece of Business Glenn Abbott, you'll find it. Look for the Brit quiz, and it was a really funny day. I want to play one more clip where Glenn describes what Boxing Day used to be like for him. Were you going to say something there? Sorry.
Yeah, I was just saying that I remember that day really well. And just laughing at all the British slang that I had no idea what it meant. And once I start hearing them, maybe it'll start clicking back, but I can't think of any of the references. But I just remember being so confused by any of it, and how much Glenn enjoyed seeing that, because he looked at me like I was a complete moron that day. Like, how don't you know any of this stuff?
Yeah, and I think if I remember correctly, you had tied one on the night before, so I think you were in a bit of a hangover too. So we were having fun with that too.
Yeah, that probably was right back 5 years ago. So
yeah, that was a really good time. But yeah, here's Glenn's description of what Boxing Day used to be like in his day.
And then you actually look forward to the day after Christmas, which I think by now most of the people who listen to this know we call Boxing Day over here.
When everyone goes into the streets and just starts slugging each other.
Yeah. Well, it used to be like that, as much as they didn't just go into the streets. You used to go to your local football ground and then fight your local enemy. Like the big game on Boxing Day always used to be Arsenal against Tottenham, or the Liverpool derby. It was because people wouldn't travel far.
Right.
But there was always a big game on the day after Christmas. And it was something to look forward to.
Yeah, and you can always find one of your neighbors wearing a different color shirt and just get after it.
Yeah, that's it. But they've taken that all away from us now.
So there you go. You should just go on Boxing Day. You just go fight a Tottenham fan. Apparently,
I'm not sure I could find any around here. You probably can't find any either. But Dan might be fighting off a lot of people.
I mean, Dan would be fighting Everton fans, wouldn't you?
Nah, I don't have the energy to waste on Everton fans.
I wouldn't either. Yeah, it seemed like
it was a much bigger, like, football violence and stuff like that was a much bigger thing back in the 80s. It's thankfully sort of a bit of a rarity today. The time has passed on that. If you guys wanted to at any point, in the spirit of Glenn's British slang and stuff like that, I do have a quick game to play where I'm going to read something out, and you guys have to guess if it's the name of a service station, so like a gas station somewhere, or a type of cheese.
Oh, what? Yes, sign me up. Mayor, you down for that?
Yeah.
So I've got 10 of them.
I do love cheese, and I love cheese from gas stations. So
it's
right up my alley.
So is this the name of a British gas station or a British cheese?
All right.
There's 10 to do. First one is Peas Pottage.
That sounds like a gas station.
That's got to be a gas station. I agree.
That is a gas station.
Got it.
Second, Duddleswell.
Doodlesville?
I'm going to go with that's a cheese.
That's cheese.
Yeah, that's a cheese.
Yeah.
It sounds like I could grill a piece of bread and throw that on
It does.
It's a sheep's milk cheese, apparently. Rivington.
That's a
Cheese.
cheese.
Nope, that's a service station on the M61 near Bolton.
Oh.
Number 4, Kidderton Ash.
That's got to
Two
be
separate words.
Gas station.
I'm going cheese.
It's a cheese. It's a goat's cheese.
Wait, a ghost cheese?
Goat. G-O-A-T.
Oh, goat cheese.
What's ghost?
Man, they're milking ghosts now?
Yeah.
This AI is getting too crazy these days.
Okay, ghost.
So somebody's in the corner just jacking off a poltergeist. Number 5, Chevington.
That's cheese.
Gas station.
Cheese.
Dang it.
2 up now.
Number 6, Millstone.
Service station.
Cheese.
It's a cheese.
Oh, you came, but you got one back, Mayor.
Number 7, Annandale.
Gas station.
That sounds like the fucking place from Frozen. I'm going gas station.
That is a gas station.
Yeah.
Number 8, Baldock.
Cheese.
Brent.
Cheese.
It's a gas station. It's
Wow.
Stevenage.
I thought for sure that one was cheese.
Number 9 is even I'm struggling to say that. Coverston.
Cheese.
Gas station.
It's a cheese.
Oh, it all comes down to this one, Mayor.
Uh-oh.
So number 10, Gloucester.
Gloucester?
Cheese. I'm going cheese.
Dang it. I was going to go cheese as well, but you beat me to it, so I'll just go gas station to break the tie.
Well, you get a point each because it's both a cheese and a gas station.
Oh,
We still tie.
it is a tie. That's beautiful. Just as it should. Just as
it did today.
Just as it did today.
I will say that there is genuinely a place in the UK, a little village called Shitterton.
Shittinson?
Well,
Shitterton.
I remember from the Brit quiz, there was a place called Fingering Hoe.
Yes.
Yeah, see?
You can go from one to the other very quickly.
I remember somebody said, Jeremy,
Be like the Twin Cities.
Jeremy said, if you approach from the front, you just got to go around to the back. Yeah. So there that was all the messages that we have. We appreciate everybody that sent one in. And does anybody else I've said enough. Does anybody else got anything they want to say about Glenn before we get into this fun-filled drinking game we're gonna have here?
Just I always appreciated the time that he took to come on the show because it was like 3 a.m. for him when we're starting, and knowing everything that he was going through at the time, you know, to have to wake up at 3 a.m. to do the show, it really means. And we love you, Glenn.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So let's do it. We're going to have some fun now because that's what Glenn would have wanted. So that's what we're going to do. It's the Rumble. I got the rules here. Let's pull them up real quick. Or did I put... No, I didn't put the rules on here, so we won't pull them up real quick. You guys know the rules.
I can get the rules.
I got them pulled up right here. So we're everybody. Well, you take a drink when your superstar enters. When your superstar is eliminated, and if your superstar eliminates someone else, you get to give out a drink. And then we all have to drink if the guy coming out is on steroids, if the guy coming out has passed away, if anyone does an armbar. I know we probably won't see many arm bars in the Royal Rumble, but you never know. You'll have to take a drink. That's a new rule for AWI Pod going forward. Doesn't matter if you're drinking coffee, water. Anytime anyone does an armbar, you have to take a drink.
A Keith Cole match might kill us both.
Yeah, we'll be dead. Yeah, or highly caffeinated, depending on what we're drinking. And anytime anyone decides to say cheers to Glenn, we're all going to take a drink. So there you go. We've all got numbers. Don't worry, I have it written down. So when your person comes out, I will let you know. So we're going to look at the 1996 Royal Rumble. So I'm going to put it up.